I'm pretty excited for today's video because we are going to be tier ranking Sarah J. Maas's book characters. All of them. Well, probably not all of them because she's written a lot of books. There's a lot of characters, but most likely the fan favorites. So let's see how this is going to shake up. Let's see if we vibe. Let's see if we agree. So let's get ranking. This is a drum roll. If you are new to my channel, this is the first time I've ever crossed your screen. Is that a weird way to put it? I don't know. My name is Kat. I love fantasy books. I love romance books. I love cozy hobbies and TV shows and movies. Anything that brings me joy, I'm going to talk about it on my channel. And today, that means Sarah J. Maas's characters. I personally feel like one of the most important parts of the tier ranking video are the tiers themselves. It is the foundation of this entire thing. But the tiers are as follows. We're going to start off with the bottom tier, which is can't remember them, which to be honest, it's fair. I probably won't remember many of them. That depends. Then we have the worst. Pretty self-explanatory, and that's followed by terrible, which I honestly feel like I will be using both of those categories. After that, we have problematic, and I can already think of one or two that I will be putting in that list. Then we have they're okay, followed by I like them, then I love them. And then the top tier, the God tier, is simply the best. Simply the best. Now, before we start ranking, I will be talking about the characters and some of the things that the characters did. I will keep it as vague as possible, but if you haven't read these books, maybe proceed at your own risk. I don't know. Just know that going in. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to start with the ACOTAR series because that's what's first up on the list. And we're also starting with Ianthe. I don't really remember much about her. I remember her being a little bit of a slippery snake. But the thing that stands out the most in my mind is the shenanigans she pulled with a dress. I thought that is not a girl's girl. And for that, you are terrible. Come on, man. Out of everything that happened, you're going to put her in a terrible dress? That's not okay with me. A real friend would never. Then we have Jurian, kind of like Ianthe. Doesn't really get too much screen time, page time. He was in a ring for quite a bit of it, so I feel like he might be sad because of that. Was a bit misunderstood, but then he was kind of okay. So I'm just gonna put him in the they're okay column because I have no other feelings about him. But then we have more, and I freaking love more. I need more Morgan content. I need more for backstory because like what we know is just so limited, and it fed me, but now I'm hungry again. So it's pretty clear that I love her. Amarantha though, not impressed, babe. Not impressed at all. I think that you are power hungry, and I think that you are selfish, and I think that you like to make people feel small. And for that, you're going to be put in the terrible column. Varian. Is this bad? Will I look back on this and be like, Varian. Summer Court. Okay, sorry, Varian. Couldn't remember you. I think you're nice. I actually feel kind of bad that I can't remember him. Oh well, moving on. Then we have Tamlin. You ever have that friend who dates a guy, and when they introduce you to said guy, they're like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. Like, I really think this could go somewhere. And then you like fast forward a couple months and they're like, I think I jumped the gun. That is Tamlin. He is problematic. He's not like, he just, I think that he acted from a very selfish, self-serving place. I think that he made decisions that were just not good decisions. Although, question, does he deserve a redemption arc? I'm curious to see what Sarah J. Maas will do. I'm not opposed. It has to be a true redemption arc. I don't want something, half-assed, all right? He's not the worst character, but I would not date him. Lucian, on the other hand, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have the softest of spots for Lucian. Does it make sense? I'm not really sure. It's completely biased. I truly just want him to feel happy. I want him to be happy. I think that he was a snarky little man. I think that he was really sad for a really long time. What he was projecting from that place was not so great. But I mean, come on. You cannot give him the potential for happiness and then take it away. What is the point of that? So it might be unpopular, but I do love him. I love him, and I wish you well. Does anyone else agree? Then we have Azrael, simply the best. I think though it's because he's quiet. He has not said much. He's like a chestnut, like I just want to, or like a clam. Like I want, like, what's the pearl inside? I'm very, 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 very interested in his story. There's a lot of potential for future happiness and love. I want some more backstory, just like more. So simply the best. Now we have Cassian. Cassian is that guy who I would want to go drinking with. I only really drink on special occasions, but that if you went drinking with him, he would look out for you. He would make sure that you're getting in the cab. They don't have cabs in ACOTAR, but he would make sure he would fly you home. No, he'd probably be inebriated. He would walk me to my door, and he's funny. Silver Flames unlocked something within me. I'm like, are you for real? No, it's just gonna leave it at that. Alice is the housekeeper person. I'm not going to Google, but I'm just going to say that I like her because I remember her being quite pleasant and quite kind. She was giving like Mrs. Potts vibes, but with some added sass. And I could never be mad about that. Then we have Amren. And I'm going to say that I love Amren. She scares me. And I think that she would be able to smell my fear if we ever met. I think she'd be like, who's this girl? And then I would probably cry. So I love her, but from afar. Then we have Eris. Eris is the brother of Lucian, right? I think I remember him being a little bit of a weasel. So I'm just going to put him in problematic. Then we have Gwen. Gwen. And we meet Gwen in Silver Flames. I've only read Silver Flames once when it came out because that book is just so, it really like puts you through it. And I'm not about that on the regular. But that aside, I really liked Gwen. I don't know enough about her, but I really liked her. Then we have Hellion. And he's Winter. He's Winter Court, isn't he? I think he's Winter. So I'm just going to say that he was okay. I think I remember he was nice. Was there a drinking scene with him? Then we have Aelin. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't really gravitate towards her as a character. Right now, I think she's playing a dangerous game. Maybe I will feel totally different when it comes to her book. Honestly, it's ever since the first ACOTAR book. She's lovely and pleasant and kind, but I feel like she doesn't know how to show up for people. I think she wants to, and I like that, but I don't know enough about her. And it does make me wonder if she's aware that like she's got some options when it comes to love. So I'm going to put her in there. Okay. Then we've got Feyre, and I'm just going to say Feyre's the best. Like Feyre's great. I really like her. She grew on me. She grew on me. Yeah. And I think her and her mate belong together. Then we have Nesta. I'm going to say that I love Nesta. I think that a lot of people can find moments where they have felt like Nesta themselves. I'm just going to say it. Her and Kale had a very similar experience as being a character that people hated, and then they were given their own stories. People saw a different side of them, and I love that for both of them. So I'm going to say that I love her. She would have my back. And then we have Rhysand. I'm going to say simply the best because I think that he's a very great lord. I think he's really good at doing the whole like night court thing, and I think he's very strategic. The only thing I don't love is he has a lot of secrets. Share them with me. What are you holding them back for? Outside of that, everything else, 2 thumbs up. Now we are moving on to Crescent City. I personally loved the first Crescent City book. I liked the second one, but was completely like, my brain exploded with the end. I was like, what the heck? What does this all mean? And then the third book was just such a left turn from that second book. I still feel a little hurt over the direction that the third book went in. So I'm going to try to not take that frustration out on these characters. I'm going to try and be as neutral as possible, but also be honest. We're starting off with Rune. See, like sometimes I really like him and then sometimes I love him. I think I'm going to put him and I like him. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put him for now. Then we have Sabine. I'm just going to put her in the worst category that I have, aka the worst. Everything that she's done is just awful. So there you go, Sabine. Then we have Tharian. Look, I really liked Tharian. Tharian in Crescent City 3, I did not understand him. We did not see eye to eye. I was like, what are you doing? What's happening here? Because of that, I'm going to say that he's okay. I really want, now that we're getting more books, I want more for him, and I feel that we're going to get it, but like, I don't know who Tharian is right now. Baxian, though, I like Baxian. He's like the kind of person you would trust to take charge of your army, but you don't see him a lot. He's not involved in everything, but he like shows up and he delivers. And I like that. Friends, now we have Bryce. And here's the thing. I would have put Bryce in Simply the Best after that first book. Then the second book, I was like, girl, I love you. Then that third book, I did not understand. I did not understand. So I think I'm going to put her in. I like her. I do like her. Some of the things in Crescent City 3, I was just really like, Bryce, come on. Why are you doing that? That's just me though. Then we have Danica. I really like Danica, so she can sit right beside Bryce. Hunt. Ooh, Hunt. Oh my gosh, this is actually crazy. I like Hunt a lot. He's not my favorite, but I like him a lot. Again, it's that third book. I was really like, are we talking about this right now? Isn't right now the right time for this? That's where he has to sit for right now. Then we have Jessica. Who is Jessica? Is Jessica the art dealer? She's got some secrets. I like her. I think she's a little standoffish, but I mean, if she is who I think she is, there's a reason, there's backstory, there's history. So yeah, Juniper. Juniper's okay. Sometimes I feel like she kind of just pops in. She's like, hey, bestie. And then she like pops out again. So yeah, she's okay. Fury. I like Fury. She kicks some serious butt and I'm good with that. Love. Oh my gosh. Simply the best. There is no other acceptable answer. Simply the best. Micah, you are the worst. Then we have Adius. I don't know if anyone else remembers this era in time where everyone was convinced that Adius was more than he was. And I myself was like, hello, Sarah, what do you do with Adius? And then she had to take to the internet and be like, no, I don't know what's happening. That's not my intention. I'm sorry you guys got twisted, but no. I heard that. I saw that. I was like, okay, sure, Sarah. Sure, Sarah. But based off of what we got, I love him. Now we're moving on to Throne of Glass, and we are starting off with Kaltain. Kaltain had a rough go. She had a rough existence. She did some things. It landed her in some situations. She did the best of what she could, and I think she redeemed herself. All I want for Kaltain, truly, is that in Terrasen, there's like a song made about her. So like when people go to pubs, they're singing about the tale of Kaltain so she can live on. But like a, moral of the story song. I think she deserves that. All right. This is truly, you're going to see inside my soul when I talk about this. Lorcan. I love Lorcan. I love Lorcan so much. This could be because I'm obsessed with the Grumpy Sunshine book trope. I think that him and his love interest deserve the world. I love how everything played out. I love the goodness in him. I love the not so goodness in him. I just love him as a character. I love his story. Every ounce of it was entertaining. So for that, he goes in simply the best. It's totally okay if you don't agree. I don't need you to. I just need you to know my truth. Lorcan's my man. And Lysandra. Honestly, that girl has been through it, and what she can do, simply the best. She's not talked enough about. So, Lysandra, this is your moment. Have a dance party. You deserve it. Maeve. Also the worst. There's just no, where else could I put her? Manon, I have to say, I love Manon. I think she is fierce. I think she's badass. I think she rocks. I really do. The only thing for me is that we get very little when it comes to like a certain love story that everyone ships. And I think that was at like the forefront of what I heard about her. I think she's so much more than that. The way that she look, I don't want to get into it too much. She's awesome. And I really, really like her. Nesrin. I like Nesrin a lot. And I'm happy with how things panned out for her. Now, Rowan. I really like Rowan. I don't necessarily feel maybe what other people do about him. I thought he's a little bit of a jerk when we first met him. But Queen of Shadows, Empire Storms, Kingdom of Frickin' Ash. Yeah, he grew on me. So I'm just going to say that I love him. Because I do. Sartok. You know what? I love Sartok. I thought he was a great addition to the cast. I really loved him and everything that we got with his character in Tower of Dawn. I love his little bird thing that he flies on. Now, Sorsha. I was just talking about this with my friend. She just didn't get enough screen time. I thought she was a good fit for Dorian, but sometimes two ships can be passing in the night, and that's just the way it is. So I'm going to say that I like her because what I did read, I did like. There's no other acceptable answer. Irene is simply the best. She's so powerful. She just gives so freely. She's the ultimate healer, and I just love her. I'm really, really happy for her. All good things, babe. All good things. Then we have Abraxos. Again, the only acceptable answer is simply the best. Okay, well, then we have Adian, and I like Adian. I think Adian is a little bit of a punk at times. I think he takes his anger out unfairly on others, and he is the definition, the prime example, I should say, of hurt people. I don't know if he's worthy for someone's love, a certain someone's love, but I want him to be because I want his person to be happy. And they did wrap up well for his character, but I think I spent a good chunk of time being like, what are you doing? So because of that, I'm just going to say he's okay. He's neutral in my books, and he should be happy about that. Then we have Arabin, and Arabin is the worst. He, I thought like, is he just terrible? No, he's pretty freaking awful. And so is Karn. I don't really know how you say his name. This guy, he is terrible. Then we have Kale. I don't understand like the intense hate when it comes to Kale. I think that he did and said some things from a very hurt place, but then he got a whole freaking book, a whole redemption arc. And I feel like if we can forgive Nesta for some of the things she said and did, I think we can forgive Kale. I think we can see that he's grown from it. He's not the same person that said those things. And I do love a good redemption arc. So I'm going to say that I love him because I do have love for him. Is he my favorite? No, but I more than like him. Dorian too. The only thing is, if she's going to open up more Throne of Glass books, if she's going to revisit the story, we need more Dorian content. I think that he should have more more POVs. If it's going to be a multi-POV, I think it should at least start with him because he's got a whole kingdom that's basically like icy chaos. He's the male version of Elsa. So like, I love him and I really want him to be happy. He deserves to be happy. Then a lead. I love a lead so much. Simply the best. I love her specifically because she brings the most human quality to Throne of Glass. She's so resilient and she's so kind and she didn't let life break her. And if that's not inspirational, I mean, come on. And she deserves all the love in the world. She deserves it. So she is simply the best in my eyes. That also goes for Fenris. I don't know what it is. Have you ever read a book? You probably have, where there is a minor character, like a side character, and instantly you're just like, I love you. You are everything. You are now my new obsession. Like, I just have so much love for him. I just want him to thrive. Again, we don't get the most time with him, but I'm just like, I love you. I love you. Gavriel. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Again, we don't get much time with him, but there's some big impact there. So I'm going to say that I love him. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. And then last but not least, we have Aelin. And I think that Aelin is one of the most popular female main characters that I've ever read. I love that she's sassy. I love that she's unapologetically herself. I love that she just dives into danger and she's like, you know what? I'm just going to figure it out and I'm going to soar and this plan is going to work. I love the entertainment value of Aelin, but I feel like she really set the bar high for fantasy romance books. She is a standout character. I love everything that she's gone through because it's made her the queen that she is. So simply the best. And there is a character that is not on this list, and that is Sam. And Sam deserves love. So I'm going to say that I love him. If he was a part of this, I would put him in the I love him category. I think that he is... I was in a lot of denial when it came to Sam. I thought we were going to get more Sam content, and we didn't. But what we got, I was like... You deserve goodness, my friend. You deserve goodness. Who knows if I edit this later, will I regret my decisions? Will I regret where I place them? Or will I stand in my power and be like, yeah, I stand by these decisions? Only future me will know. But I had so much fun. I had so much fun doing that. So please let me know if you have read these books, if you agree with where I place some of these characters, if you disagree, where you would place them, if you were doing this yourself, and if you want to talk about books with me and other fellow book lovers, I have a Discord group where we talk about movies and TV shows, books we're reading, all sorts of stuff. So I will put the link for that in the description down below, along with the template for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.